Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Senator, for coming. The question I have really, I think, goes to the American dream. And in my American dream, I don't need that.
Okay, they can hear you.
Anybody? In my American dream, our politics are not flooded with dark money from billionaires, corporations, unions, and special interests. Our democracy is being destroyed by this big money politics. If you're elected president, what, if anything, will you do to help get rid of this cancer on our democracy?
Well, I would point two things out. The first is that we do have a constitutional right to speech. And I believe political donations are part of that speech, but it has to be disclosed. So what I've always said is, people, when full disclosure and sunlight into all of these expenditures is critical to getting to the root of this problem. Now, I can tell you how I proceed. I tell people where I stand. And then people can decide to support me or oppose me. And some support me and some oppose me. But I believe disclosure is the critical. As long as you know who's behind the money and how much they're giving and where they're spending it, I think that's the sunlight that we need and the sunshine that we need to give the American people a clear understanding about who and what the agenda is. But ultimately, you shouldn't be in politics and you shouldn't be in public office unless you're allowed to adopt the old adage that Ronald Reagan used to tell people. And that is, you buy into my agenda, I don't buy into yours. And that's how I've always tried to govern myself. Now, the truth be told about the money, it often gets criticized in the press. And I always remind our friends in the press that when they stop charging us for ads, we'll stop raising money. So there is a need to communicate. And I honestly do believe that for those of us who believe in limited government and free enterprise, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult for us to communicate than it is for the left. And we get beat up year-round by many outlets who I don't think treat us the same way they do some of the folks on the left of the debate. Yes, sir.